Why bother with an art heist when you can just press print? You know, there's some people who say art and technology should never mix. Then again, anytime there's a new movement in art, you can bet someone is just waiting in the wings to cry out, "Hey, that's not art!" Case in point, back in 1913, Marcel Duchamp was unveiling his work, Nude Descending a Staircase #2, at a major art event in New York. It prompted one critic to say it looked like an explosion in a shingle factory. Today, of course, we consider this to be a masterpiece, which frankly gives me hope for my own critically underappreciated work of art, Nude Robot Descending a Stepladder. Genius is never recognized in its own time. But even those of you who like your art low-tech, you need to realize something. Duchamp didn't just come up with this out of his own head. He took inspiration from something called Chrono Photography, a predecessor to film. See, he was fascinated with the way photographs could capture objects in motion. And today, technology is changing art more than ever. Let's say I want to take a famous sculpture and make a few, minor upgrades to it. Well, first I could bring a 3D scanner to the sculpture using lasers or even optical cameras like the Microsoft Kinect to get a full three-dimensional picture of that object. I could then send that information to my computer-assisted design software so that I could make any digital tweaks that I would like, send that information on to a 3D printer or a computer-controlled carving machine, and voila! A new, improved work of art. And it's not just for vanity projects. In fact, in 2013, the Museum of Art and Design launched an exhibit that was all about this kind of fabrication, complete with amazing 3D sculptures on display. People today can already use 3D printing to make almost perfect fakes of fine paintings. They're not just flat copies of an image. A Dutch researcher actually used 3D scanners and a couple of cameras and a projector to recreate the texture of paint and brush strokes. And it's not just the tools that are changing. We're getting a blurring of lines between what is art and what is technology. We're exploring new frontiers of what art can actually be. Take the avatar machine, for example. Now, have you ever wondered what you would look like from a third-person perspective, like you're a character in World of Warcraft? Well, Mark Owens did, so he built the avatar machine. It has a harness that holds a rear-mounted, forward-facing, wide-angle camera that feeds live video to a head-mounted display, so it's like you're looking over your own shoulder. It explores how a change in perspective can also change the level of responsibility we feel for our own actions. It's another example of technology and art blurring together, and it's not the only one. Check out the Pyro Board. Now, this takes the acoustic profile of sound to generate standing waves of fire that respond in real time to changes in music. It's pretty hypnotic. Or look at these machines that damage themselves as they operate. There's one that will saw itself in half and another that will dump sand into its own gearbox until it grinds to a halt. It's interesting, strange, and a little sad. What are these things? Are they machines or are they design projects? Are they gadgets or are they art? Well, I say they're both. So what does the future of art look like? Well, maybe we'll see a continuation of blurring lines between science, technology, and art. That raises a question for all of you this week. Do you think modern technologies like robots and video games count as art? Tell me if you do, explain your answer. I want to hear all about it in the comments below. You guys are brilliant, so share your brilliance with me, please. Then make sure you hit like, subscribe to this channel, and after all that, check out these videos over here. They're a real work of art.